Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on the show, and we have a little wrestling news to talk about. Kind of an eventful morning here with wrestling news, and it's not even the afternoon yet. Not even noon. So, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. So, we had some breaking news this morning. It dropped about 7:30 a.m. I went to sleep at like 7 o'clock. So I didn't really sleep long, but I fell asleep at like 7 o'clock. And this news literally came out 30 minutes after I went to sleep. So we had some breaking news. WWE has officially announced that WWE Raw is coming to Netflix starting in January of 2025. Netflix will exclusively stream the show in the United States, Canada, UK, and Latin America. And this is official here. You see Raw coming to Netflix 2025. And people say, and this, I feel like this could either be the best thing to happen to Raw in years or the worst. I think we'll see. I think it's gonna be a good thing, honestly, for Netflix, because I feel like wrestling fans will do anything to watch wrestling. And Netflix has slowly been losing subscribers. They're about to gain a whole bunch in the US/Canada, LA, and UK markets, which are their biggest markets anyways, just so people can watch WWE Raw, which I'll do as well. It'll also most likely change how Raw is presented. 3 hours through Netflix is a bit much, considering they most likely won't be running TV ads, just like the days of NXT on the network. So we'll probably cut down to 2 hours, maybe. But will they want to cut down to 2 hours? I don't know. But with the same amount of content as now, just cut down to 2 hours. Because there's not a bunch of fillers, so you're not watching it for 3 hours on Netflix. Will they keep it 3 hours? Maybe. I don't know. There's not really much said about how much, if it'll still be 2 hours, if it'll still be 3 hours, or cut down to 2 hours, really. I don't know how I feel about this, but I think this is a really good move for WWE. Because I feel like more people are going to get on, not Peacock, Netflix to watch WWE. Netflix can get some more subscriptions because they're slowly losing some. WWE reached a 10-year deal to stream WWE Raw on Netflix for more than $5 billion. This is per CNBC. So they reached a 10-year deal. I believe it was just finalized this morning. 10 years, $5 billion. Just $5 billion. I think it's like about $1 million per episode. I think it's like $10 million per episode, excuse me. $10 million per episodes. That is literally crazy. Netflix is probably the only service people don't got. I mean, there's nothing on there. They cancel all the good shows. But, like, you can get it or watch YouTube on NXT, but I mean, I'd rather just watch on Netflix, honestly. But I remember when streaming services didn't have commercials. That was one of the perks of getting streaming services. There's no way we won't have commercials on Raw. Sure would be nice, though. I don't think there'll probably be commercials. But yeah, for the people, if you're watching this video, yes, it's a 10-year, $5 billion deal. This is actually legit. WWE even confirmed it on their Instagram and Twitter. So yeah. But yeah, it will continue to air actually on Mondays on Netflix, and will continue as a 3-hour show in 2025. It was confirmed as well. That was just confirmed a little bit after that, just like maybe 10 or 15 minutes after that news. So man, Raw, GTA, and Raw on Netflix 2025 is already crazy. We got GTA 6 and Raw on Netflix. And people are like, oh, how can it be 3 hours on paid Netflix? They use the commercials for many other stuffs in the arena. Probably the show will continue to have commercials, even if it's just 4 minutes of WWE merch and ads for other Netflix shows. That's just what I think, though. The confirmed new homes for all 3 WWE products And WWE Raw will be on Netflix starting in January 2025, and in October this year of 2024, SmackDown will be on USA starting in October, and NXT will be on the CW starting October 2024. So that's going to be the new homes for all three wrestling shows. But I think people should feel good about this. And TKO said in a new press release, Netflix will also become the home of all WWE shows and specials outside of the US as available, inclusive of Raw and WWE's other weekly shows, SmackDown and NXT, as well as the company's premium live events. WWE's award-winning documentaries, original series, and forthcoming projects will also be available on Netflix entirely beginning in 2025. Man, that's crazy. Man, they got SmackDown and NXT too. Like, that is insane. Insane deal. Just fucking insane. But yeah, a lot to unpack there with the first story here today with WWE and Netflix and the TKO SEC filing. The agreement between WWE and Netflix has an initial 10-year term for an aggregate rights fee in excess of $5 billion, with an option for Netflix to extend for an additional 10 years and to opt out after the initial 5 years. So that's the deal, the agreement between WWE and Netflix. Remember when people crapped on Nick Khan? Turned out he's probably one of their most important hires over the last few years. So that's the latest news on Raw and Netflix. But who would have thought Nick Khan would be one of the most important hires that he's ever made? I feel like he modernized the hell of this company. People say, "Oh, in what way?" Well, Vince was out of touch, and he was going to eventually run to the ground with his old ideas and concepts for how a show should be presented. And Nick Khan changed that every premium live. Nick Khan changed it. That every premium live event feels important. 1, he signed 2 huge deals on streaming services. 2, WrestleMania's been 2 days, so you don't have like a 6-hour pay-per-view. And by the main event, the fans are tired and they're not going to be reacting. 3, more WWE series / documentaries that fans actually tune into, say like the Cody Rhodes documentary. Full WWE matches are now free on YouTube. You can watch the full free matches. That's why I think he's one of the only Khan in pro wrestling that matters. Man, it's turned the company around for the better. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Next thing we'll talk about is PW Insider reports that Kevin Patrick is out as the lead announcer of #SmackDown. The decision was made by WWE executives last night. I mean, it had to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Patrick's not a good commentator. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate to say it. He's just not a good lead announcer, not a good commentator. I think he's a good backstage guy, backstage person, interviewer, but I like the guy, but commentary's not his thing. Just let him do interviews again. He's a host and does good play-by-play for soccer, but pro wrestling announcing / commentary ain't a joke. It's hard. I just don't think he's good at it. I think he should just be an interviewer. I think who's going to replace him is going to be Vic Joseph, but then who would be in NXT with Booker T? He's such a great guy, such a great thing going over there in NXT with Booker. And if you moved him up, who would you have with Booker T? That Booker T is probably comfortable with on the commentary team. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. A lot of people think Mauro Ranallo. Some people think Vic Joseph. I think he's going to be one of those two, but I think Vic Joseph will stay in NXT. Per the Financial Times here, COO and President of WWE Mark Shapiro states that WWE Netflix will look to do documentaries on the characters and superstars from WWE and so on over the course of the deal. And that kind of sounds great. I'm not gonna lie. Documentaries like those Netflix documentaries do be cooking for real. So, and that's actually a pretty good idea. I mean, you can't wait for when we get that Roman Reigns documentary. So we have some huge news with Kazuchika Okada. Although we're unable to verify the Rainmaker himself, one source close to New Japan Pro Wrestling's top talent indicated to monthly pursue Puroresu. How do you say that? A Twitter account or whatever. That it appears Okada is WWE bound, potentially starting in NXT. If he's on NXT I don't know. I think he'll go to the main roster as fast as Dragon Lee did. Apparently, it's disrespectful. I mean, yeah, he could debut on the main roster. I mean, Nakamura started in NXT, so. And he can establish himself. And he's not. I'm not going to say it's developmental. This is just a rumor. So, no, take this with a grain of salt. Cut through more news. So this is some big news that dropped this morning at like 6:30. TKO announces that he's officially appointed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to board of directors. He also gains ownership of the Rock trademark. Why, man? Why? Now it's going to be corporate Rock going to do whatever he wants, trying to make sure he screws over Cody Rhodes or CM Punk. Now, if you're WWE, what do you do at the Royal Rumble? Because if The Rock comes now to just shows up, he can do whatever he wants. You're not going to say no to The Rock. I mean, who do you have to win the Royal Rumble? Because whether you do CM Punk or Cody, somebody's going to get left out. If you're going to have The Rock at WrestleMania, somebody's going to get pissed off. I mean, and you're going to risk pissing off the fans. Either Cody's fans or CM Punk's fans. I don't know what you do. I don't know. I don't know what you do. I feel bad for Triple H. He probably had his plans in place, and then all of a sudden The Rock shows up. He's probably like, oh shit. And he's probably like, oh, what do we do? I don't know what you do. But Cody's gonna have his big moment took away just for a 15-minute match with The Rock. Or Roman with spears, rock bottoms, stare downs. And it's gonna get fucking booed. And people are like, oh, Roman's not losing for his passing out. Then why, if we're getting Rock Roman, then what's the point of watching the main event if we know who's Roman's gonna retain? Because The Rock ain't win the damn championship.
I had to retain $6,000 in that. If I would have just made the minimum payments, it would have taken me 59 years.
I'm not. If it's Cody Roman, then if it's Rock Roman, then I'm done. But maybe Cody's still facing Roman. Can be a change to plans. Might be a good summer call. I don't know. I don't know what you fucking do right at this point. Maybe Cody finishes a story. Or maybe, looking too much in this, maybe Cody finishes a story at WrestleMania, and The Rock and Roman is a non-title match at SummerSlam. That could be another option as well. SummerSlam. But The Rock said on a First Take, he says there's a chance that he wrestles Roman Reigns, and that if it happens, it'll be the biggest and most watched event in wrestling history. He also says there's a opportunity to make it seen in more places the globe. But yeah,
Can't save them all. We can keep trying.
The Rock is a businessman. He knows screwing Cody would be bad for the business. He's not stupid. I think he'll. The ones crying are the ones who don't get their 15-minute gimmick match for fantasy booking. I still think they're going to have Cody Roman. I think The Rock's too smart to screw over Cody Rhodes. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the wrestling news here. A lot of news, so until next week, peace.